Hello YouTube, welcome to or back to my channel. I'm Abby.
And I'm Brenton.
There's Coach. We just finished week 5 of football season here in the great state of Texas. This is Mr. Offensive Coordinator of the Pittsburgh Pirates himself. We were just at cross country this morning. What place did you get, B?
40th.
40th place. You don't know your time yet, right? We'll scan in a little bit. But anyways, all sports all the time around here, and I thought it would be cool to get some bye-week reflections from Coach. I don't know, just reflections on the season. I have my own thoughts about last night, and I'm going to let him tell you, though, his thoughts. And also just, I think, answering the question of what is bye week. It came at the perfect time this year, and I think we really need it. And we're going to talk about what that looks like in our family. So I'm going to let him talk about reflections first.
So looking back at the last 5 weeks, so coming in, this is my first year to be the OC in Pittsburgh, so we're installing a new offense, and for any of you that knows anything about football, installing a new offense takes time, and so it's definitely been a process to get it understood, to get it taught, to get it to be effective, to be efficient, and to be executed. And you tag on all the issues that you don't see coming, with some injuries and some things that have just happened through the first 5 weeks. It's been a slow go, but last night we finally put it together and had our best offensive performance. So you can tell we got a little confidence going into district. So here in Texas, we redistrict every 2 years. This is the first round of our district. This year we have 6 teams in our districts, which means we play 5 district games. And then we play 5 non-district games. So we're through the non-district portion. Now we come to the bye week, and we are very banged up, very hurting. So this is a great week to get some guys healed up and try to add a few new wrinkles in to kind of give our district foes some something to think about. So perfect time for a bye week. Get healed up, kind of take a little break, kind of back off a little bit on the length of practice, and really focus more on polishing things up and just recovering and getting ready to go again.
So you talked about what bye week means for the team, the coaches, the players. Can you speak a little bit to, I know I've got other coaches' wives following on here, what does bye week mean to you as a family and you as a husband?
So I really think that comes down to your head coach, because some head coaches, ADs, really like to grind through the bye week. Luckily for me, when I was a head coach, that was not my philosophy, and also the guy I work for now, that's not his philosophy. So we'll cut down our practice time, which means you get home earlier. You kind of just try to take advantage of the week, backing off and just requiring less of your kids, requiring less of your coaches. And it's not saying that you're giving up or that you're trying to take time off, but you're just trying to take time off to recover and heal and enjoy family. That's the beauty of having a family-oriented head coach, so I'm very thankful for that. And with that, we as coaches, we do work a lot on the weekends, and so typically during a bye week, the first weekend going into it, you have off, which we do. So getting to spend some extra time with the family over these next couple of days before Monday comes is going to be very, very nice and well earned.
We're going to go to the lake and sit on the patio. It's exciting. He told me, come sit, we could go. It's beautiful weather in Texas. Happens to be the last weekend in September and gorgeous outside, like 75 degrees. So we cannot wait to spend the weekend together. Let's see, what else was I going to ask you? Okay, so 0-5 sucks. It's not fun, okay? But sometimes the scoreboard doesn't always show the whole picture, and you alluded to that with installing this new offense. I for one, feel like it really started to click last night. I was so proud of our kids. I was so proud of our QB. He just looked good. You were able to put up 30 points on the board. Talk a little bit for people that maybe aren't familiar with Texas high school football and the structure. What does it mean? It's a fresh start heading into district. What do you need to do in district to make playoffs? How does this kind of reframe the season moving forward? So
non-district games, essentially, yes, they're there for you to get better and continue to progress. But you can be 5-0, 0-5, and it has no impact on your ability to make the playoffs. So these next 5 games are district games, and these are the ones that determine are we going to make the playoffs or not. In Texas, the top 4 teams in each district makes the playoffs. So out of our 6 teams, we have to beat 2. We need to beat 3. It'd be great to beat 4. But regardless, you got to, for us, our situation, you got to win at least 2. play well in another to make the points matter if it comes down to a tiebreaker. But all that to be said, it's yes, you want to win every game, but it's really important just to kind of keep progressing and keep moving forward, which I think we've done a good job of, despite some losing some of our better athletes and most dynamic players throughout the season to injuries and whatnot. So, and also it's a good time because we have a 5-team district, we get our bye week right in the middle of the season, which is a really good time to let guys heal up, and we're getting a few guys back that'll help, and all of those things. So overall, that's it. Even though we're 0-5, it has no impact on our ability to go into the postseason and make a run.
I also feel like it's kind of interesting, like you mentioned, they redistrict every 2 years, so this is the first year with this current district. Some of the teams you are familiar with, you've played them in the past, some of them you're not. But I was telling Braxton this morning, I feel like it has the potential to be sort of like a fruit basket upset, because I feel like a lot of the teams are sort of neck and neck. There's no like guaranteed front runner. There's no like, I think it's kind of one of those any given team can win on any given day, and like you said, it can come down to points. So really.
Yeah, so we've got the defending state champ in our district, and another team that actually beat them in the regular season last year by like 35 points. They're in the same district. I would say they're kind of the top two big dogs in the district, so to speak. We've been with almost this same district the last 4 years. This is year 5. We dropped one team, added another. So we're very familiar with what we're going to see, which coming in and installing a new offense, it's nice to know that I'm pretty confident in what they're going to do to defend us. So schematically, I'll know what needs to be done. It's just going to come down to execution and can we get the boys to go out there and play well. So that part is nice. It'll be a lot less guessing games as to what we see. We run a triple option offense, so a lot of times you don't see what a defense normally does on a week-to-week basis. They've got something a little different for you just based off of what we do. So it'll be nice knowing that I kind of got it pegged on what they're going to do to defend us.
Okay, so I'm here to ask the hard questions. I always do. But how do you, and I think I know what you're going to say, but how do you keep the boys believing in themselves? Because that's primary. I know the coaching staff believes in these kids. How do you keep these kids believing in themselves? And how do you keep the community behind you? Headed into bye week, headed into district 0-5. Like, what's kind of your thought as far as that goes?
The community is tough because they're going to have their own opinions, and it's funny. I talk to coaches that win a state championship and then get home from a state championship and they got a parent complaining to them. So, really, from a community buy-in standpoint, that's all about the relationships that you're building throughout the year. If you're kind of relying just on success on the field for that's never where that starts.
Oh, that's a good point.
The community buy-in it's a year-round process. Because there's going to be good times, there's going to be bad times during the season, and it's what have you done before that ever started to kind of get those guys on your side. From a team perspective, especially coming in and doing something different, they need to see progress, they need to feel success, and even if it's not in the win column, we put up 500 yards of offense last night, which is by far our best output of the season. So, and unfortunately, we had our best running back go down right at the end of the first half, and so to come out the second half without him available and to be able to continue to have success, because I don't know what that's going to look like with him moving forward. I think that was big time confidence boost for our players, knowing that even though he might be unavailable for a couple of these next couple of games, we can still be successful without him, because we did go out and have a great second half. But that's really what it is build the confidence, build the success, let them see that what we're doing is working, and then be able to find time to point out the things that they are getting better at on film, so that they can see that the success is not just a fluke deal. That's because, in week 1 and 2, you were making this mistake, you fixed it, and now look what's happening because we're executing better across the board.
Absolutely. As Mrs. Coach, I left last night feeling super encouraged, and I hope the boys did too. Did you feel like it was a good tone in the locker room headed into bye week? I think so. They should be proud of themselves. I was proud of our community. They cheered loud. It was like an intimate stadium. We were all there. The band was amazing. It was a good night, all in all.
Almost a good night.
Almost a good night. The scoreboard would have been better. But closing thoughts.
Just very thankful for a bye week, and very thankful to work for a head coach that allows us to take full advantage of this bye week, both for the team and for the families. and just ready to gear up for another 5 weeks, and then hopefully stamp our ticket for the playoffs and see what you can do in November.
And if y'all can't tell, football basically is our family life for these 4, 5, sometimes 6, hopefully, months of the year. And I feel like that's the only way to make it work, is for it to be a family affair. If you can't tell, we're decked out in black and gold 24/7, and he wears Texas sometimes.
Except on Saturdays.
But the kids are at the field house, the kids are at the game. I mean, that is the way we make this work. And I know we've had a variety of different content on this channel, but like we say, faith, family, football, health, foster care, we just share what passion points we have and hope you guys found this useful.